Ah, yes, it is I. The one who puts my blood, sweat, and tears into this almost hour-long video, knowing dang well that it's probably only gonna get 7 views and it's gonna make me no money. Anyway, do you know what time it is? Of course you don't. It's SkyTrain time! Anyway, yeah, you get the idea. So, a bunch of boring stuff happened. We got to our terminal. I just sort of watched planes for a bit, like this very nice-looking Boeing 757. I didn't even know these things were still in service, honestly, so it was quite delightful to see one of them. Go! I love these planes. I have a model of one of these in my room. I love 757s, yes! These planes are pretty rare. They're really long and skinny.
It is.
I think it is. Yeah, look, it's a 757. Also, American Airlines had this, like, fleet of planes that they, for some reason, painted into colors similar to airlines they've acquired in the past. Like this one, for example, which is painted into an Allegheny Airways livery because I think they acquired Allegheny Airways. I don't know, I've never even heard of Allegheny Airways, but I'm pretty sure they're an old airline that used to exist. My grandmas remember it, though, so I don't know. I guess I'm not old enough for that. Oh, yeah, and there was a train. That was cool. You could see the train tracks right over from the airport, so I got to see this train pass by. It had shipping containers on it, which kind of intrigued me because, as far as I was concerned, Union Pacific didn't run intermodal service into Phoenix anymore, or at all. But after consulting some other rail fans, it turns out that they had actually been doing this for a while, and I just hadn't caught up yet. BNSF does haul intermodal freight into Phoenix. Matson is like one of the only companies. Oh, I see the front end. You can. Right there. Anyway, after having waited a perfectly normal amount of time for it being an airport, we had finally gotten onto our plane and we were taxiing. I filmed this cool time-lapse of the whole taxi thing. This actually isn't the first time I've recorded a time-lapse of the plane taxiing like this, but this is the first time I've posted it on the internet. So, yeah, enjoy this, I guess. Alright, we're turning off. Okay, time's up. Now it's time to take off. I'm just gonna let this, like, Airbus A321 take off just ring off in its full glory, even though we were sitting behind the engine, but it still sounded nice.
You're ready? You're ready? I know. This is the fun part.
Anyway, after that perfectly normal and completely uneventful takeoff, when we got to our cruising altitude, we sat down and enjoyed some perfectly normal and average flight luxuries, at least for American Airlines, such as biscuit cookies. I'm not saying that they taste good, but they're really iconic, so I still eat them anyway, because it's just part of the experience, you know? And here's my cat S'mores sitting in front of the window. Oh yeah, we also brought sandwiches because it was like lunchtime while we were in the plane. And do you really think American Airlines is fancy enough to give us full meals? Of course not. Anyway, here, we landed in Orlando. Check this out. There's the taxiways. Alright, here we go. humidity of 4.
Partly cloudy skies with a chance of thunderstorms. Temperature is 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 28 degrees Celsius. As a reminder,
Oh,
please
wow,
take
yeah,
your
all
seat
the
with your
tarmac is
seatbelt
wet.
securely fastened until the captains turn the seatbelt sign off at the gate, and keep the aisle clear of all items. Please don't forget to check your
Okay,
seatback
they're
pocket
bringing the
and surrounding
flaps up.
area to ensure you have all of your belongings, such as your cell phones and tablets, your chargers.
Anyway, we learned this lesson about why it's not a good idea to go to Florida during this time. Because, like, the second we landed, our windows were just so fogged up, you could not see anything out of them because of the humidity. Kinda crazy, but yeah, that should have been a warning and a half. To be fair, though, I'd say this day was certainly more humid than the rest, but every day was humid. Anyway, SkyTrain time! Again.
When the gateway stops, please exit and
We get to the main concourse and then figure out where it is.
Just get off.
Resorts and other ground transportation options are located on level 1.
Hey, it's that breeze playing. Man, I swear to God, it felt like Silent Hill. The airport and I guess just Florida that day was so foggy. Like, I don't even know why I tried to film out of the window. But yeah, it was a sort of depressing atmosphere, but it was still kind of cool, you know? Anyway, they canceled the Disney's Magical Express, but that didn't stop me from loving big motor coach buses, you can see here. Oh, he's gonna park here? Okay, nice. Yay, I love motor coaches. Yeah. Nothing. Anyway, when the Disney's Magical Express got canceled, that's the bus that goes between the Orlando airport and the Disney resorts. When that bus service got canceled, the company Disney was working with, Mears, went ahead and made their own, service that was basically the Disney's Magical Express, except it was in no way themed and it was kind of expensive. My parents deemed it too expensive, so we just got some random guy in a black van to come pick us up, which worked out. Yeah. Anyway, motor coach time. Oh, Grandma, look. There it is.
What is it?
Magical Express wands. Yeah. Anyway, when we got onto Disney World premises, we started seeing Disney transport buses.
That's okay.
That's about when the excitement really kicked in. I like Disney buses. They're cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Anyway, we made it to our hotel. It had this really cool and grand looking lobby. We decided to stay at the Swan Hotel since it wasn't, or not Swan, Dolphin, pardon me. The Dolphin Hotel, since it was technically owned by Marriott, and my grandpa's like this business traveler who has a stupid amount of points for Marriott. So we basically got this hotel for free. Knowing that, I'd say it was worth it, but it was overall a lesser experience than what we've had using previous normal Disney resorts. The view was also kind of lame. All we could see was this roof and a little bit of the buses, which was fine with me. Also, the hallway outside of our room had this very liminal feel to it. I found it kind of intriguing, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. Anyway, then we ate at this Mexican restaurant at the hotel for dinner. It was decent. It wasn't the best Mexican food I had ever had, but it was still better than Rosita's. I also made sure to obtain the collectible 2024 Disney bus. This is an unboxing video. Yay! Anyway, even though it was like dinner time in Arizona, it was like 9 in Florida time, so we decided to go to bed to prepare for tomorrow when we would go venture into the Hollywood studios. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, that was the end of day 1. On that note, day 2 had begun. It was time to go to Hollywood Studios. One thing I immediately noticed was that as we were stepping outside, my entire body became damp. The humidity was honestly crazy. Anyway, so it started lightly sprinkling, and we didn't really think much of it. But let me tell you, God was trying to warn us, and we didn't listen at all. I swear, this boat just took us straight into the hurricane. You'll see what I mean in a minute when I show you the clips of what it looked like when we got off the boat. Oh, look, yeah, here's where the bus terminal is. Is it just me, or does it look way more gloomy than it did 15 minutes ago?
Yeah, I think they drove us right into the
Alright, so we're now approaching Hollywood Studios. It's a free-floating vessel to take off around while docking to the main scene. You are standing hold on the handrail or the back of the seat. Please wait for the captain's all clear before disembarking. Don't forget first belonging. Please watch your step. Hollywood Studios planning on staying open until 9 o'clock. There are 2 Fantasmic showings pending, one at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, okay, they've driven us right into the hurricane.
Last pickup for the friendship boats.
Why isn't Earth
Going
just
back to
one
the
time
resorts tonight will be...
Oh, hey, look, it's the Guardians of the Galaxy bus again.
Enjoy your day here at Hollywood Studios.
There's children, the gondolas, look at them.
Bro, imagine riding gondolas during this.
Oh, I can barely see anything through your phone all night, right?
See the gondolas going? They're crazy.
Oh, there's a minibus over there.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to wear a black shirt today if I have white shirt.
Well, if this keeps up.
Yeah, probably.
It's definitely gotten worse since we've been on the boat.
Yeah. Noah's basement versus a perfect hurricane shelter could be
Yep,
fine.
he'll be fine.
I know the last one she wanted to get hurt.
Well, that's true.
But have you seen their basement? But Noah's house is always better.
It fills up with water.
We may need to pull over and get out umbrellas and call checkers.
We may.
Whoa, look at that. The wind's making the
I know.
water. That's cool. I've never seen that. It's cool but scary, but cool. Okay, I'm gonna try to record this but not get my phone wet. Come here during hurricane season, Mom said. It'll be fine, Mom said. We definitely won't get caught in a hurricane, Mom said. Anyway, yeah, it rained like really hard for 15 minutes and then just completely stopped, which was kind of unfortunate. It rained just long enough to make our shoes soaked for the entire day. Anyway, the first ride we decided to go on was Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I mean, it's not the most exciting ride ever, but it's better than being out in the rain. Anyway, then we decided to head over to Toy Story Land, but the only ride we went on was the alien ride thing. Don't worry, we went back and did other stuff later, but for now, this was all we did. We proceeded to have lunch at this place called 50s Primetime Diner. It was cool. It was all like 1950s themed, and all of the waiters acted like they were like your family or your aunt or something. So they'd say stuff like, "Walkie-talkies away at the table," and "Eat your vegetables," and stuff like that. It was fun. It was fun. You know, the food was good. It was just the paper straws and the lack of Dr. Pepper that kind of took a toll on my sanity, but it's fine. Yeah, after lunch, we decided to go on over to Star Wars Land. We first went on this ride called Smuggler's Run, and it was like you had to like get this train and grab some coaxium. I'm not going to pretend I know what any of this means. I've never watched Star Wars, but I did film a couple of these clips.
And that is where you come in. The Millennium Falcon. On loan for some very fast and very profitable expeditions. Chewbacca, my fine furry friend! Yes. As we agreed, you let us use the ship. We'll get you the supplies you need. It's a win-win. You help the resistance, and I get all the profits. Well, the first order will never know we were there. Okay, time to go, so, bye-bye. We're gonna go before he changes his mind. Go along, my friends. Listen carefully.
Anyway, yeah, that was a fun ride, but after that we went over to Muppet Land and proceeded to watch Muppet Vision 3D, which was like this 3D movie thing. It was really fun. I recommend it. I recommend it. It was, yeah. Anyway, we went back to Star Wars Land. They had these cool bottles of, like, Space Coke. It's Coca-Cola, but, like, the bottle is space-themed. I've never watched Star Wars. I've never watched any bit of Star Wars. And we rode Rise of the Resistance, which is like this really immersive ride where you get kidnapped by space people that are not good. I've still never watched Star Wars.
In our fight against Kylo Ren and the First Order. Remember, it is vital that you keep the location of the Bukhara base secret. Lieutenant Beck, one of our top commanders, will lead you.
Affirmative. Transport is ready. Nine Mum and I shall personally see them delivered.
Oh, the rain has stopped. So yeah, once we got done with Rise of the Resistance, I saw this lizard, took a picture of him, and then we went over to Toy Story Land and rode Toy Story Mania. Now, looking at this, I'm not sure which side was me and which side was my sister, so I don't know, yeah. I also saw this worm whilst we were exiting one of the shows. That was nice. We also got this pretzel for free because their money counting machine was broken. That was nice. Anyway, before we left for the day, we decided to go to this, like, Frozen show. I'm not going to show you the other clips I took, both because I don't want to get copyrighted and because I don't want to force you to listen to awful Disney music. But, you know, they did this kind of cool thing at the end where they performed to Let It Go a second time and then, like, sprayed snow all over the place. It was really dope. Anyway, gotta use that inheritance money for something, so I bought some more buses. Anyway, this is when crap really started to hit the fan. Hurricane Helene was, like, hitting us, sorta. We only really got the very edges of it, but it still made a noticeable impact considering I'm from Arizona and we never get exciting storms like this. There was enough wind that they shut down the boats to our hotel, which was our only mode of transit there. So then for some reason they didn't shut down the Skyliners, which as you can see are like these things that dangle from ropes as they slide along. And, you know, being in these during a hurricane is, like, very scary. That's probably the closest I've ever come to death. At least I felt like it. I don't know. I was sitting there like, is this safe? But yeah, as soon as we saw the boats were closed, I told my dad that it would be best to take a bus to Polynesian, then a monorail to the Transportation and Ticketing Center, and then a bus back to our hotel. He didn't listen and decided to take the Skyliner, and now he blames me as if that was my idea or something. Anyway, yeah, so we rode the Skyliner on this complex loop over there. You could see we started to panic as you could see all these people, like, running around over there. What else? Yeah, that was just it. It was scary. Don't ride the Skyliner during a hurricane. And you see, we actually found out later that they do in fact offer substitute bus service during times like this. But how the heck was I supposed to know that? Nowhere in my mind did I think, well, what if they shut the boats down because of a hurricane? What else should we do? That thought just never crossed my mind, and I was, like, never told information about that. So, yeah.
Would your family members be able to sue Disney and say they didn't get happy enough here?
Whoa!
Of Europe's Mediterranean coast. I see her reasoning.
Oh.
Holy. This is it. This is it. This is the end.
What did text them and say?
I think there's. Oh, thank God. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty scary, but once we got off, we made the entire walk from Epcot to Dolphin. It was at least a scenic walk, as you could see. There's shops and stuff along the boardwalk. That's our hotel, by the way, the one with the giant triangle. Kind of cool. I took a bunch of these pictures. Anyway, yeah, that includes day 2. Day 3 would be Epcot. Anyway, yeah, this morning started off pretty much just like the first one. We still had to take a boat to Epcot. Boats are cool, I guess. Though, to be fair, this was like the more urban side of the corridor. We had to stop at like 2 other resorts on our way there. So the boat ride took a bit longer than normal, but it was still fine. I don't really know what else to say. It's just I have so much boat footage and so little to do with it. Yeah, let's get to the park now. Anyway, then we got into Epcot. Epcot's a nice place. It has so many picturesque places. It also has a lot of ducks, and it was about now that I saw my first monorail. It was the teal one. Not my favorite, but it's still a good-looking monorail. Anything looks better than the peach monorail. It's a teal monorail. Anyway, first things first, we went into the, food court over here. They call it the Land. And then we rode on that Finding Nemo ride. However, I recorded none of that, so enjoy some random fish pictures. Okay, I'm not gonna bore you with fish pictures all day. But yeah, at one point my sister pointed to this hammerhead shark and said, "Zeke, let's go take a selfie with the autistic shark." I found that really funny. Anyway, after that we went over and rode the Figment ride. That was kind of fun. Is Figment even a Disney character? I don't know who Figment's supposed to be. He's just this purple dinosaur that appears on this... Or not dinosaur. He's a dragon that just appears on here. But yeah, that was a cool ride.
And each of us imagines different things. From just the sound, your mind has wings.
Hello, Mr. Duck. There's a monorail right there. Whack. Anyway, yeah, then we went to the World Showcase thingy and headed over to the French section so we could ride the new Ratatouille ride. The Skyliners are stopped again. Ultimately, I highly recommend this ride. You know, I'm usually not a fan of these dark rides just because they're kind of boring. But it's a very immersive thing, even besides the 3D glasses, just the detail and everything about it. It's very immersive and cool. I highly recommend you ride it if you're ever over in this neck of the woods.
unless we do a Zeke.
Anyway, we had lunch reservations at this restaurant in Italy. To get there, you had to pass through Japan, so we went through Japan. They had this absolutely massive supermarket-style store that just had the most random crap in it. Yay, we're in Americaville. Anyway, yeah, we had reservations at this restaurant. I believe it was called Via Napoli. I don't know, I could be wrong about that. Everyone in my family who ordered pizza said that they had amazing pizza. I didn't order pizza, I ordered pasta, and I am kind of regretful about that. Anyway, after that wonderful lunch, we headed over to Germany land where they had this, like, cool model train layout. Man, the autism is real. I want to say this was some African country, but I don't remember. Also, that triangle-shaped building is our hotel. Anyway, next was China. I don't really know what else to say about it other than, hey, there's China. Oh yeah, they had this cool pond with lily pads and stuff. And then this place with a really cool looking inside. It was very big. Spiky tree. And this is probably one of the most scenic monorail shots I've ever gotten. Even though it's the peach one, and I don't like the peach one because it looks bad, and it replaced the purple monorail, which looks a lot better. Anyway, then we went into the more centralized section of Epcot to look in stores and ride that one ride I forgot the name of. Anyway, they had this like Moana themed splash water play place thing. I didn't bring any swimming gear, so of course I didn't actually get wet. I just sort of explored this place. But yeah, it was cool. It's, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to really say about it. Anyway, then we rode Living with the Land, and for the people who don't know, it's basically this slow boat ride that shows off, like, nature and conservation and science and conservation and, like, being good for the environment, stuff like that, you know? Ways scientists help grow things in less environmentally impactful ways. I don't know, the ride was kind of boring. I was asleep half the time. Anyway, get ready for more unnecessary cinematic shots of monorails. Transportation and Ticketing Center. Anyway, I think we were heading back to our hotel, but since we literally were not in a hurry at all. We decided to go through some more of the World Showcase country things. This is Canada. It looks accurate as far as I'm concerned. I don't know, I've never been to Canada, but I've seen all those pictures of the scenic valleys and stuff, which is definitely what seems to be happening here. It's a Canadian thing, eh? Look at this beautiful sunset. Anyway, we went over to British land, looked around there for a little bit. There wasn't really anything too interesting. But yeah, so then we just like rode the boat back. I also want to say, like, shout out to Nick, the boat driver. He was, like, really cool and just chatted with us about transportation stuffs because he was going to be the boat driver for our next boat, but the boat hadn't arrived yet, and he was supposed to take it over once it arrived. So, yeah. And once we got to our hotel, he let me go up into the cab and, like, ring the bell of the boat. It's kind of interesting how at Disneyland I got to ring the bell of the trolley and blow the whistle of the train. And at Disney World, I got to ring the bell on the boat. And I was also offered the chance to blow the whistle on the Animal Kingdom train. I declined because I didn't want to give up my cool seat. But still, it's interesting this stuff keeps happening. I don't know, I guess transportation peoples just sort of sense each other, you know? But yeah, that was a pretty good day. Objectively better than the last one. But yeah, that pretty much concludes, what is this, day 3? Yeah, day 3. Tomorrow was Magic Kingdom. Tomorrow was when it really got interesting. Are you guys enjoying this video yet, or are you tired of my voice? I'm okay with both. It's just, I feel like I recorded way too much boat footage and I need to, like, talk over this. Or else I just filmed these entire boat rides for nothing. I have a problem.